This is Rick Levine for Tarot.com here today to talk with you about the full moon in Gemini on December 3rd, and this occurs at 7:46 a.m. and that's Pacific Standard Time. So every full moon is a blossoming, a culmination, a fruition of a cycle, and this one is no different than every full moon in that respect. This is a fruition of the cycle of information. Why information? Well, it's Sagittarius Sun to a Gemini moon. Sagittarius is information that is the umbrella information. It's philosophy, it's knowledge, it's wisdom. On the other hand, Gemini is the lower frequency of information. It's data, it's noise. It's the conversations you have with your friends and your brothers and sisters that's like not important, but it fills in the day with its chitter chatter. And so here we have the moon in Gemini responding to the wisdom and philosophy of the Sagittarius Sun. We have these big ideas and we have these goals that are kind of so far distant that we may never reach them, but the conversations, the feelings, the emotions are here and now, and they're chitter chatter, they're noise. This full moon is one of the busiest full moons that I've seen in a long time. Well, first of all, any full moon in Gemini is going to be busy because Gemini is noisy and busy. But this full moon is opposite not only the Sun in Sagittarius, but also opposite Venus. And so again, we have this continuing theme that we've had over the last several lunations, the new moons and full moons, of Venus being involved, or feelings or emotions or relationships. This full moon is also exactly square Neptune. Last month we had a full moon that was harmonized with Neptune, and the dreams and the illusions and the spirituality was the way out. Now the dreams, the illusions, and the spirituality are the trap. Why? They're the dynamic difference between what is and what we dream and what we imagine. Neptune here is big. It's even bigger than normal because it's harmonized or trine with Jupiter, the expansive planet. This is taking our dreams and flooding them over the tide walls and creating new boundaries. And so what we have here is we're trying to use information to contain our feelings, and yet they're still escaping. On top of that, we also have Uranus opposite Mars. Uranus has been in the picture in every new moon and full moon for the last couple of months. And now with Mars opposite Uranus, there's the sense of our energy is a bit erratic. We may do things without thinking through the ramifications, but it's about Mars, it's about action, it's about taking action that may have results that we don't want or don't expect. And yet on top of that, we can think of all the reasons why we shouldn't do it, and hopefully we'll listen to some of those. That comes from a conjunction also in Sagittarius of Mercury just getting ready to turn retrograde, stationary Mercury lined up with Saturn. Saturn is the planet of holding things stable, and so we have like a double whammy here of fixed ideas and thoughts and communication, and yet we have to move it. It's a very dynamic and full moon that really has a lot of dilemmas in it. What do we do with it? Again, I sometimes feel like a broken record. It's about communicating, but now we have to be careful about what we say and what we do. There's a sense of that Gemini full moon can have us saying things that are irrelevant and can having us dancing so fast that we don't actually get to what's important. Here, less is certainly more. For Tarot.com, I'm Rick Levine.